the week of the 11th of April. Now, as you recall, when we were looking at the daily chart for the Canadian index, it was breaking to the upside. This is the chart of the dollar CAD. This means it's an upside down chart for the, so this is the breakdown in the dollar CAD. We had a break up in the Canadian index. So with this, and you would see also, if I put the strategy on this, you would see it's about the same entry. The short would have been right there, and there is your short right there. That is the short. You see minus right there, that is the short at 102. So we are short basically the dollar for the last 4 weeks. It is still the point of interest on this, guys, is that it came down to the breaking point on the dollar CAD back in July 2008, and that low was 99.73. And if you see here this week, look at this low, 99.75. That is the this is one of the signs that we now, even though we had a very strong move to the upside and we have a breakout to the upside on the dollar CAD, or I'm sorry, on the Canadian dollar, and we have a breakdown right here on the dollar CAD, this is something that begins to concern us, because the 99.73 was the beginning of this major move to the upside. It has only broken the 99.73 once at the beginning of 2008, 2007, at the end of 2007, and it has stayed for a whole year at or around the 99.75 area. So that would indicate to us that we must have a breakdown below the 99.73 before we commit any further positions to the short side. So the dollar CAD closed at $1.0026, so it's up about we need about 25 or 30 pips to the downside before we actually commit to the short. So we need to be quite careful with our short position as far as the CAD in general. Okay, of course, if it does come here and trades below the 99.73, we are going to go short the dollar CAD, we are going to go short the pound CAD, we're going to go short the Aussie CAD, we are going to short anything that is trading against the Canadian dollar. The breakout point, the major structure point in the Canadian dollar is 99.73. So that is my structural short. And if it does come below the 99.73, this is where we're going to short not just the dollar CAD, we're going to short everything, because this is now going to lead to a major capitulation to the downside as far as anything else that is trading against the CAD. Now, looking at the daily chart, our stop and reverse from last week was the 106, which is 40 pips away from where we are. So this remains as is. This remains as our stop and reverse. As you can see, last week we had two trades above the 106. There is one right here, and it came back. So that could have been, at the worst case scenario, a scratch. You wouldn't have lost money on it, and you could have taken it again here, and you should have shorted it right there. So that was a, if you are day trading the dollar CAD, you would have had, and you were aware and kept in mind the 106, you could have had a couple of, because this, what I told you last week, it's a stop and a reverse. So above the 106 you buy. If it's coming from below, you get out, you stop, you turn around and you buy, and you take it to the upside. That's what it means, stop and reverse. If it comes below the 106, you close your long and you go short. You get stopped and you reverse. Right now this remains intact. It is a stop and a reverse again on the 106, and our short point and our structure point is the 99.7673. So my short point, let me see that. Hold on. I want to see the intraday here. This is the 106 right there, so that's a good structure point. It looks like it's setting up nicely right there, and you can see this momentum that came in here. That's probably intervention to try to support the dollar. So we're not going to touch this thing to the short side because we don't want to have this punishment. Somebody's coming in here, so we are going to short it if they break, if they actually are unable, if they fail to hold it in this range. So we're not going to fight them. We're going to take it below the 99.73, and this is our buying point. There is nothing we can do about it other than that. We have to play it safe. So our short point is 99.73. We're going to and our structure long is still as is. The 99.73 is still our structure short. It is the 106, 1006 is a stop and a reverse. But the stops, we're going to change the stops now. If you're going to go long above the 1006, then that is, as I said, your stop and reverse. So we're technically going to put your stop here. Last week I gave you a stop like 30 pips away, so just so that you are aware of what I'm talking about, just to be clear so that there is no misunderstanding. As I said, if I'm putting the stop at the same place, that would indicate a stop and reverse. And if we're going to go short below 99.73, our stop, we're going to tighten our stop now. We're going to put it above 1020, which was the beginning of this momentum move right there. See where I have the mouse? So my stop is going to be 1002. Okay? That is the Canadian dollar. We're going to buy above 100659. We're going to sell below 99.73. Our structure long to the upside is the 102.05. Our structure short is the same as the short point, so we should be looking for a major capitulation if it does trade below that. And our long stop, if we buy above the 1065, we're going to put our stop immediately below that, and to go short if it turns around and it comes below the 106. And if we go short at 99.73, the 100 is my stop. Okay.